it's a great honor, and I'm very moved about it. And in my age, that's the biggest thing that can happen to an academic, to have an honorary degree. So I'm very proud, and I'm very happy. I love Chiang Mai University, and to have this more strong relationship makes me feel very good, and I'm happy to be able to continue my work with my colleagues here and with the university, and it will be even more stronger now that I have been honored. Yes. I came to Chiang Mai first time when the Queen Sirikit Botanical Garden was being constructed, and it had some aid, some financial aid from Danish government. So they sent a committee here, and I came and I met the people here, and then it turned out that this grant from Danish government also included 3 Ph.D. stipends for people from Chiang Mai to go and do Ph.D. study in Denmark and then come back, and they have all come back and work here now. So that's a very strong connection. But in that period also I met Professor Chusi Trisonti, who was a professor at biology department, and she was working on ethnobotany, which is the study of how hill tribes and indigenous people, how they use plants for different purposes, but mostly medicinal plants. So she invited me to collaborate, and then she had stipends from the Royal Golden Jubilee program, and she asked me to co-supervise 3 of her students in that. So for that reason, in the RGJ program, I was invited to come here and collaborate and do field work and work with the students, and we traveled all over Thailand together with Professor Chusi and her students. And now one of those students is Dr. Ankana Inta. So she was I was co-supervising her in when Chusi was a professor, and so we have continued that because she worked. She did very interesting work comparing how plants are used by hill tribes in Thailand and in southern China. And excellent work, and I was lucky that I could supervise that. And then since then Ankana has asked me to co-supervise many of her students, so I don't know how many, but maybe 10 or 15 students I've been co-supervisor, and mostly here the people are very good at doing the field work and collecting the data, but for writing it's often difficult, and it is for everyone, but also here. So that has been most of my input has been to train the PhD students how to write scientific papers, and I've done that with all of them. We have put many papers together in scientific journals about these subjects. So now the last thing, my last connection is that Ankana now invited me to come here and to be a visiting professor. So I was here for 1 month last year, and now after this ceremony I will stay on for one more month, and we will work together, research and supervision, and also we have a workshop where we invite 20 people from all over Thailand to come to go into the detailed theoretical background of ethnobotany. So it's a very active relationship, and I come here many times every year, and I love it. That's a difficult one, but let me say that when I have worked with many students, the biggest problem, the students here are very intelligent and very hardworking and very dedicated, but the general knowledge of English in Thailand and in the University of Chiang Mai is not at an international level. So I think if the university could if you asked about the graduates, I think they should really work hard to learn English, because if they want to work in a scientific work, I'm not talking about other things, but in general, extension and conservation is fine not to know English. But if they want to do research, they have to work very hard to get good at English. If the university could open up more for that young people should not be afraid to say something which is different from what their supervisor or their professor says. They should be to have an open discussion about everything and talk about things, not just be afraid to say something which is not what the professor has already said. Breaking down the walls, I think. Yes, that's my best advice.